Hey guys, this is Nick from ForexNoobs.com with my midday analysis. Just a quick notification before the analysis. Right now, the Forex Mastermind course is open for enrollment for a few days. Visit the link below this video to check out the course. So before I start the analysis, I want to explain how it works so you can actually use it in your trading. On most Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, I hold a live analysis session for my Forex Mastermind students. These sessions are recorded and posted to YouTube. I say most because some days I'm busy and other days I'm not trading, and I have a rule: when I'm not trading, I do not post analysis. In the analysis, I look for price action reversal setups on around 10 to 20 pairs that I'm currently trading. I check every time frame for every pair, taking a systematic approach to doing analysis. Personally, I do this analysis several times per day, but only the midday session is recorded as most setups are spotted then. So what are setups? A reversal setup occurs when price stalls at an area of support resistance and a transition of power occurs, from buyers to sellers or from sellers to buyers. I wait for price to approach these areas and spot potential setups. But these setups are not actual trades. When I share a setup on this analysis, it doesn't mean I'm entering the trade right away. Setups are just setups, and many setups do not trigger, so they never actually become trades. But some of them do, of course, and some of them become trades. To understand this, you have to know a little bit about my strategy, which I share for free on forexfornoobs.com, and there's a link to the strategy also below. I use 4 different tags in the name of these analysis videos. The tags are in brackets at the end of the name. It's important to know these tags just so you understand what is in the video. So if you see no setups, that means there are no setups today, obviously. If you see upcoming setups on, that means there are no setups, but I have spotted some very strong support resistance areas, which may lead to setups later in the day. So that could be anywhere between a few hours to a whole day. And if it's tagged with setups on, that means there are setups today, and I'm sharing potential trades in the video itself. So let's get started with the analysis. So today is Wednesday, the 8th of March, 2017. The time is 13:03 here in the UK. You're looking at an AUD New Zealand 12-hour chart because I've got a pending order in there. But let's go back up to AUD CAD start at the top of the list. So you're looking at AUD CAD daily chart now. So yeah, let's get started. So what's going on here? Price is in between 2 support resistance areas, so nothing much happening. I get a feeling today is going to be a boring analysis day. I had a look at charts when I woke up, and there wasn't really that much going on other than a pending order I have on AUD New Zealand, which we'll look at in a second. AUDJPY just... I mean, well, what can you say about this? It's just a complete mess. It's not doing much of anything that I would want it to do. I mean, we are seeing... I know someone posted about wedges the other day because I asked for them to post it and I never responded. I was extremely busy and then I kind of forgot about it. But we are going to start a serious discussion about trend lines and wedges in the forum because they are useful, especially when they're happening around support resistance. But yeah, for now, there's nothing really that I would want to trade on AUDJPY. AUD New Zealand. Now this, I have a potential setup here. A few of you guys have entered this one on the 8-hour, but I don't necessarily agree that it's a good setup on the 8-hour. I'm sorry to say. I mean, I was watching to potentially get in on the 8-hour, and I missed the entry, but realistically, I probably wouldn't have entered anyway. Now, we'll talk more about this after. Forex Mastermind guys, we'll talk more about this after the analysis ends, so hang around for that. I want to show you guys something with the points tracker in regards to this setup. Okay, so hang around, remember that please. All right, so I'm still going to take this trade, but I didn't want to take it on the 8 hour. I felt like that was too much of an early entry, and this trade does have some space to move. So I've got a pending order set up. I've started shooting a live trade video on this too. So I'm going to track this trade in a live trade video. I mean, if it even triggers. If it doesn't trigger, then obviously I'm not going to post a live trade video. But if it triggers and it fails, I'm still going to post a live trade video. I have a rule with my live trade videos. Once I start recording it, it has to be posted. Win or lose, even if I do a stupid mistake that makes me look like a complete noob, I'm still going to post it because I think there's no point in recording live trade videos if you're not going to post them, or if you're just going to post the good ones. So yeah, I'm going to post a live trade video provided this trade actually triggers today or tomorrow or whenever it triggers. So yeah, look forward to that, hopefully. And hopefully it's a winning trade. But basically what is happening here, now you'll remember this trade from yesterday's analysis. If you watched yesterday's analysis, that would be the 7th of March analysis. We talked about a potential trade here. We actually talked about a lot of potential New Zealand trades, but all the ones we talked about, I'm going to skip ahead a little bit and just go to this. So we were looking for a potential long trade here, but it kept moving down. New Zealand JPY, we were looking for a potential long trade here, but then it kept moving down. So none of these trades triggered. They weren't failed trades, they just never triggered. New Zealand USD, same thing. Looking for a potential trade here, but it kept moving down. So those didn't trigger. The only New Zealand trade that we had that was below support or resistance, so below resistance, above support, was this one, AUD New Zealand. At the time, it was pretty much here. And I said, with my amazing premonition skills, my amazing trading experience, I said, well, if price reaches up here and indecision forms, I might want to enter short. And then what happened? Price reached up there and indecision formed. I'm so amazing, aren't I? Obviously, I'm kidding. I mean, it's not that hard to place support resistance areas on your chart. And then, you know, when price approaches those support resistance areas, a lot of the times it's going to show indecision. Now, obviously, when it does, it's a big thing and it looks like I've predicted it, but you have to also factor in how many times price just goes straight through one of my areas, like for example, here. So it's nothing amazing. It's just we had resistance up here and price has stalled on that resistance area. So now we're looking to enter a trade. So I'm getting way off subject. Let's stick to the subject at hand. So I've got a pending order in here. I want to discuss a little bit why my pending order is so low. Now, a lot of people, and I guess this is my fault a little bit because, hey, welcome, Catherine. Why isn't the chat? Oh yeah, because it's okay. Welcome, Catherine. No problem. We haven't really discussed anything important. I've just been rambling on about unimportant stuff. So you haven't really missed much. But one thing, do hang around after the analysis part of this webinar ends, please, because I want to discuss something about the points system, which is coming to you guys soon. So yeah, let's get back on subject. So this trade, why am I entering it like this? First of all, this trade has a good risk to reward ratio, 2 risk to reward ratio if I enter down here. So my risk to reward ratio is still good. Now, second, and this is the important part, and it's the thing I was just about to talk about before I went off subject, and this is kind of my fault in a way. When I talk about entries, I say below the low of indecision. So below the low of indecision is a good entry. But I should have explained this further. Below the low of indecision is your minimum entry. So this is the indecision candle when price breaks below the low. That's your minimum requirement for an entry. But, well, not obviously, but the further away you place your entry, the more likely it is that sellers have taken control of price. So in this in this short trade, right? If sellers are down here, for example, if sellers have moved down to here, would you say they're in control of price? Down to here. Yeah, obviously. I mean, it's a simple question. Now, if sellers are here, or maybe, let's say here, if sellers are here at this second line, would you say they're in control of price? No. Of course not. All right. I know it's a simple question, but I'm just trying to illustrate a point, because whenever I personally try to make something make sense to me, I always go to the most extreme of both sides, because then it kind of accentuates the point in my own head. So that's the way I try to teach things. So obviously, if sellers were down here, it would be clear they have control. If sellers are up here, then they don't have control. So this same thing applies to our entries, but in a much smaller scale, obviously, because we can't enter all the way down here. That would be a way too late entry. So with our entries, the minimum is below the low of the indecision candle. That's the minimum entry, and that's a okay entry. But if you have enough room to move with the trade, you can put your entry a little bit lower. Now, putting your entry a little bit lower, it's extra confirmation that sellers are in control, because they have to push down further. Obviously, it's not as good confirmation as it would be if sellers came down to here, but we can't enter there. That's not feasible. So my entry for this is going to be lower, because if sellers push down to here, I'm sure you would agree, it's a better sign that sellers have taken control of price than if sellers were up here. Correct? One yes? Come on. Do you disagree? If you disagree, feel free, and I'll explain it more. Don't feel pressure to say yes. All right, we got a lot more yeses. So basically, my entry is down here because I want confirmation sellers are in control. If I could put it a touch lower, I probably would have, but it gets a bit tricky with the risk to reward ratio. And the same goes with stop losses. I mean, stop losses, my minimum stop is just above the high of the indecision candle, but this one, we have a little bit more room, so why not place a bigger stop loss? I mean, it's very possible that this trade gets triggered and then we get a spike back up. I mean, that's happened before. It's not impossible. So having a slightly bigger stop, it's fine. So yeah, this trade setup, it's looking good. I have my pending order in. Anyone who's watching this on YouTube, I really don't want to be someone who gives signals. I hate signals, and I think that relying on signals is the completely wrong way to trade, because you're not actually learning anything. So if you're watching this on YouTube, please take a look at my strategy. It's posted on my website. Take a look at my strategy and try to understand what's actually happening here, and then make your own decision if you want to enter this trade, right? Don't just jump in because I'm saying that I've got a pending order here. Do your own analysis. Sorry, not your own analysis. Obviously, I'm doing the analysis, but do your own analysis on this specific setup. You have to figure out if it's a good setup for you. But yeah, this is how I'm probably going to take this trade. I say probably because let's say this current candle here spikes up to there, then I'm going to obviously cancel the trade. But this is probably how I'm going to take it, as long as this candle doesn't spike up that much. It's going a bit messy right now, but yeah, as long as it doesn't spike that much, yeah, it's going to be a good trade. Yeah, I know you entered on the 8 hour. Well, I don't know you entered, but I know a few people have entered on the 8 hour. I'll discuss that after the webinar. Now, I'll discuss, I'll go into more detail after the analysis session of this webinar, because this webinar gets posted to YouTube, so I have to walk this balance between stuff that you guys as Forex Mastermind students have access to in the videos, and then not that stuff. So let's keep further discussion about this setup until after the webinar, okay? But yeah, that's my thinking here. That's how I'm going to trade it. Pending order set at 1.00868. Stop set at 1.0934. Profit set at 1.0734. But that might be tightened a little bit, to be honest. Anyway, let's keep going with the analysis. AUDUSD. Right, AUDUSD. Let's go to the daily. Start up with the daily. Yeah, not really much going on here, to be honest. Yeah, we're stuck at minor resistance for a while. But yeah, not much going on. 12 hour, 8 hour, 6, 4. Nothing much going on. Right, CAD JPY, still stuck on that support area. Euro AUD pushing up to resistance. Again, pushing back up to resistance. Anyone still short on this? Wait, was anyone short on this? Didn't have a good risk to reward ratio. Nah, alright, good. Good work. Tempting trade. Euro CAD has similar. Wait, we didn't actually go through this each time frame. It's important to go through each time frame just to get a clear picture of what price is doing. Because sometimes on the daily it'll look like it's doing something, but then when you drill down on the small time frames, it becomes clearer what's going on. Okay, so Euro CAD, I mean, it's heading down, kind of, but now it's stalling. So if anyone's short here, I mean, all you could do with this one is hold it. It doesn't look bad. It has lower highs, not lower lows yet. It looks like it's probably gonna head down a little bit further. This resistance area is obviously still providing resistance to it, so just see how it goes. And obviously it's not moving down as fast as you would want it to, but just see how it goes. All right, Euro GBP, what's up with Euro GBP? It's above resistance, nothing much. Euro JPY, what's going on with Euro JPY? Above resistance acting as support, nothing. Euro New Zealand, this is one of the potential setups we had yesterday that never actually triggered because it kept moving. And today it's showing us nothing. Euro USD. Euro USD is back to this support area. Back again. Back again. What do I mean by back again? 1 bounce, 2 bounce, 3 bounce, 4 bounce maybe, or not. Who knows? Is this a valid potential trade setup if it forms indecision here? You know what? Possibly, but it's not a strong setup. Adjust this down a touch, to be honest, because these bounces have been from a bit lower. Yeah, I mean, I'll keep an eye on Euro USD. If we get some strong indecision forming here, I might be tempted to enter a trade, but I don't know. I'm not too crazy about this for some reason, which is why we have the points spreadsheet that we can grade this potential trade. So yeah, let's keep an eye on Euro USD, but I mean, don't get too excited about it. All right, GBP AUD, what's going on? It's in between two areas of support resistance, so we're not actually going to have anything here that I would want to trade. GBP CAD. Yeah, GBP CAD's just a mess. Pushing itself into a wedge. GBP JPY, what's up with GBP JPY? I'm just going to test you guys. Is anyone thinking what I'm thinking right now about GBP JPY? No. No wedge. Wedge broke. There was a wedge. Damn it. But it broke. Untradeable? No. Trend is reversing? No. No, 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 no. You're all wrong. I'm kidding. Well, no, you are wrong, but I'm not actually angry. Okay, so what I'm thinking here is a reversal. Andrew, you got it. Yeah, potential short, potential, it might not even happen, but continuation reversal, possibly, maybe. Price comes up to here, we get a nice little sexy indecision candle there, then can go short for a continuation reversal. That'd be cool. I'm gonna keep an eye on it. It's not something I'm terribly excited about, but I'm gonna keep an eye on it. There's definitely strong resistance here. I'm probably going to pull that down a touch. Wait, let's look at it on the 12 hour. Let's go to the 12 hour. Yeah, I mean, there is that candle there though. It is a bit messy. I'm gonna keep a close eye on it. I want to see what happens. I'm not going to get terribly excited over this. Definitely not. This is not the kind of move that I would get crazy excited about, but it's definitely something to watch out for. I mean, GBP JPY is trending down pretty heavily right now. If we get some strong indecision, I might be tempted to go short as part of a continuation reversal. GBPUSD. I was planning on potentially entering a long here last night, but that never triggered. But now we're getting further signs of a potential long. All right, so let me explain what I like about this trade. Yesterday's one was a kind of weak setup, but this one's getting stronger now. This one's starting to look like a stronger setup. So this is really nice because this area of support, and I know a lot of you are going to disagree. Oh, that's what you meant, Aziz? Sorry. Well, anyway, it doesn't matter. So this area of support is a very strong support area. It's pretty much the strongest support area we've seen in decades on GBPUSD. Does everyone agree with that? All right, if you actually agree with that, tell me why. Digitalk, you might be right. It's possible. I don't know. See what everyone else says. Don't just copy Digitalk, please. Catherine, Danny, you guys so far have all been kind of right. I mean, no, all of you are right, but all of those reasons combined are why I consider this a very strong support area. I mean, clearly it has been below it. We got that massive spike, and then we got this where it opened below it. It gapped down over the weekend, based on comments from Theresa May. So it gapped down over the weekend, but then it climbed up very, very quickly. So what does that tell us? What do these two things, right? What does this area tell us about GBPUSD? That spike down there and this here where it opened and then it just went, nope, no thanks, bam, I'm going back up. It tells us there's lots of buyers down there. It tells us that GBPUSD sellers lose confidence when it gets down into these lows and buyers just start buying. Sellers start exiting positions, blah, blah, it goes up. So that's what we're seeing down in this this area here. Now we're getting pretty nice indecision candle there. Yesterday's was nice and I wanted to enter, but it just didn't move up enough, so it didn't trigger. The reason I wanted to enter yesterday is because I didn't want to miss out on this opportunity. So what I'm thinking here is there's potential, it doesn't mean it's going to happen, but there's potential for a big reversal to happen here. And when I say a big reversal, I don't mean like up to here and then continuation. I mean potential to come up to here. There is potential. It might not happen, but there's potential for that to happen. So I'm very tempted to take this trade as a kind of like reversal swing trade type thing. It's more of a longer term thing. I wouldn't be looking to exit very early. I'd be looking to hold it for quite some time. So I'm kind of excited about this, to be honest. I'm kind of pretty excited about this. I might even take this on a daily, depending on this candle. I mean, my entry requirements are probably going to be pretty high above this candle here. Perhaps up here. I want buyers to really take control of price, maybe a bit lower. But the current open candle, I don't really want to speculate as to what's going to happen when this candle closes. It's closing in 8 hours, 32 minutes. But more likely than not, I'm gonna do this on the daily. So this probably won't happen until tomorrow's analysis. So we'll discuss it further there, but it's definitely worth keeping a close eye on. What were we up to? Did we do GBP CAD? Yeah, we did. I think we're up to New Zealand CAD. All right, New Zealand CAD. Yeah, another one of those that we were gonna take yesterday, but it never triggered yesterday. New Zealand JPY. Another one of those that we were gonna take, but never triggered. And New Zealand USD, same thing. We've already gone through these at the start of this analysis, so we could just skip through them. All right, USD CAD, what's going on with USD CAD? It's broken above, finally. That took its time. That's 3 candles, that's daily candles, so 3 whole days where it was just stuck there. Took its time, broken through. Good for USD CAD, good for USD. Well, not good, I mean, I'm still surprised at seeing dollar strength, to be honest. Yeah, nothing much. None of these USD setups are anything I want to trade. Ash, did you close out your USD JPY short? I think we talked about this in a bit of detail yesterday. I was suggesting if it starts pushing above its previous highs, you should probably exit. All right. I said that it was a smart idea to exit and you didn't exit. That is good. You followed your plan. You have your plan for your trade and you didn't let my opinion of the trade dissuade you from your plan. That is good. That's really good, man. Most people don't do stuff like that. They just like, oh, Nick said that I maybe should exit, so I'm just going to jump out and completely ignore my plan. You followed your plan. Good work, man. Even if this trade ends up hitting your stop loss, it doesn't matter. the point is you followed your plan. It's good. Pat yourself on the back. You followed your plan. Awesome, 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 awesome. So I guess that takes us to the analysis wrap up. Let's do a wrap up. Euro USD, I don't know. I'm not crazy about it, but let's say it does push down to here and we get a nice strong indecision candle, maybe on the 12-hour, maybe on the 8-hour. Might be good to jump into a short reversal. Maximum target would be around about here. So if we don't get a good risk to reward ratio, totally not worth it. Good to keep an eye on, but don't get your hopes up too much. GBP JPY continuation reversal, maybe, probably not, but it's good to keep an eye on. AUD New Zealand, we have an actual setup on, and I'll be entering short if it drops below. I'll be posting, if this trade triggers, I'll be posting a live trade video, win or lose. Thanks for watching the analysis. I hope it was useful. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit the like button below. In case you missed it, Forex Mastermind, my online training course and forum, is now open for enrollment for a few days. Check it out by clicking the link below this video. Also, for instant notifications when I post analysis or other cool videos, subscribe to my YouTube channel by clicking the subscribe button below. Once the setups I share in this analysis trigger, I post live updates as I manage the trade, such as my entry, exit, stop, and when to get out of the trade. For these updates, add me on Facebook or Twitter by clicking the buttons below. I'll see you in the next video.